That is an awesome looking old coin. This definitely makes up for the last 10 or 15 rolls that we've gone through without a whole lot of luck. We're gonna flip this one over to see what we have in 3, 2, 1. Hello everybody and welcome back to Quin Coins, your home for treasure hunting of all kinds. In this week's video, I'm going to be doing something that I've never done before, and that is coin roll hunting across videos with another YouTuber by the name of JD's Variety Channel, who has a great channel and he's a great guy. And today we're going to see who has the better box of pennies. So basically the way this works is I have my $25 box of pennies right here. JD has his $25 box of pennies over on his channel, and then I've sent him one of my coin roll hunting placemats, which has this score system that we're going to use to tally up the points in the boxes and figure out who has the better box of pennies. If you're unfamiliar with the score system, I'll go ahead and give you a quick rundown here. So basically on the front side of the placemat, we have all the different types of coins that you could find coin roll hunting pennies, and then on the back side, we've assigned different point values to those coins. So one caveat in this particular competition, we are not going to be counting any of the Canadian coins, only because I get so many of them and JD hardly gets any of them over in Tennessee. So we're not unfortunately going to be counting any Canadians today. Hopefully we can still do a pretty good job with this box. Now if you're coming from JD's video and you feel like just skipping to the end to find out how many points I got to figure out who won this competition, feel free to do that, but just realize that you're going to miss out on a lot of fun. These boxes of pennies are super fun. They're actually one of my favorite coins to hunt, and I do a lot of them on this channel. I'll go ahead and put some playlists up here for you guys just in case you're interested in seeing more penny roll hunting videos from me. One last thing before we get started, I will be linking to JD's video down in the description below, as well as put a card up of it at the end of the video, so make sure to check that out once you finish watching this one if you haven't already. So JD, thank you for accepting this coin roll hunting competition challenge, and with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into this box. So interestingly enough, the box that I choose for this coin roll hunting competition hunt with JD, which isn't going to be including Canadians, happens to have 3 Canadian enders. We don't have any wheat pennies or anything like that on the ends of these rolls, but we do have 3 pretty modern Canadian coins right there on the end. Of course, we're not going to be able to count those for any points, but with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get into these first 3 rolls live. These are definitely the most interesting ones in the box, just because of those enders. And I'm hoping that these rolls are going to produce a whole bunch of wheat pennies for us so that we can get ahead and get some points on JD here. I'll probably let you guys know if I find anything interesting in the Canadians, even though we're not going to be counting them for points. But there's our first Canadian right there, 1984. Let's go ahead and get through the rest of this roll and see if we're going to get anything old on our first roll in. It'd be really nice to take a nice little head start here and get in front of JD with some points on the board. However, it looks like that is going to be it for that roll, so I'll check those for 2009s a little bit later. We're going to want to get every 2009 that we can on this box and get as many points as we possibly can so that we can beat him. So we're going to go ahead and get into the second roll here, and hopefully this one actually has some older coins for us. I would also love to get a Indian head out of this box. That would be pretty much a sure win right there. Alright, so this one's looking pretty old, but it looks like it's just going to be a 1976, pretty beat up as well. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at that Canadian ender just for the heck of it. This one's going to end up being in 1986, which is just a little bit newer than the one that we just grabbed off of the first roll. So we got a couple of beat up coins here, 81, 76. We got a 1960 right there. That's probably our oldest one out of the box so far. I'm going to be keeping my eye out for those 2009 so that we can pull ahead with some points here. I know that the boxes down in Tennessee are a little bit different. I've actually hunted a few boxes from Tennessee, and I found a surprising amount of 2009s in those boxes. Now, if only we could count something like this, guys. This is a really nice looking coin right here. You can see it's got quite a bit of luster left on it for 1975. That's a nice shiny coin. I will definitely keep that one, but it's not going to count for any points for us today. But with that being said, guys, I think that's it for that roll as well. So we'll go ahead and move into this third one, which has yet another Canadian ender there. Hopefully it brings us a little bit more luck than those first 2. So let's just jump right into it, guys. And JD, I don't know if you're beating me at this point, but still good luck to you, my friend. I hope that you're doing well with your box as well. Gotta ask for that prosperity amongst coin roll hunters. So there we go. We got a 1993 Canadian, just even newer than the first 2. And hopefully, I think I see another Canadian right there, but of course, we know that's not going to count for any points for us today. But I haven't seen any older coins yet, guys, out of these rolls. Like I said, I will check those again for 2009s. And as you can see right here, we just got our first older Canadian, 1963. This would normally count for 5 points for us, and I'm kind of bummed out that that's not going to count for us today, but it's still a cool coin to find. Love those young heads, and I especially love those King George VIs. But I think that's about it, guys. So I will go through these once more. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera back on once we find something a little bit better. So a couple rolls later now, and we are finally going on the board with our first points out of this box. It's going to be just a 1 point coin right here, a 2009 birth and early childhood. And as you can see, it's in pretty good shape. We're going to go ahead and flip this over and see if we have a D mint mark, and we do. So that's a little bit better for us because we don't find those very often. But that is going to be our first point on this box. And JD, I hope you're scared because I'm hoping that we can get some more here, but this hasn't been too great so far. Let's go ahead and keep going here and see if we're going to be able to get any more on this roll. That would be really nice to go up a few more points here with a wheat penny or something like that. But I don't see any in that roll, so we're going to have to keep searching for those. And I'm going to go ahead and tally up our 1 point so far, and hopefully that starts to update pretty soon, guys. I'll get back to you when I find something else. All right, guys, we are off to an embarrassingly slow start with this box. We are on roll number 9 right now, and we just got another coin to give us some points here, but it's just going to be another 2009. Interestingly, though, it is the next one in the series, which is the formative years. You can see Lincoln sitting on a log there. That's what we used to call it before we knew the official name. And if we flip it over here, we see that we have a Philadelphia mint on that one, so it's a little bit easier to find around these parts at least. But that is going to bring us up another point here, so we're going to go from 1 to 2 points in just 9 rolls, which isn't great, unfortunately, guys. Hopefully we can get some wheat pennies in here soon, but I have not seen a single one yet so far. Just keeping my eyes out for anything that can give us points, 2009s included. But with that being said, guys, let's just go ahead and get into the next one, and hopefully our luck starts to turn around here. So ask and you shall receive. We're about 3 rolls later now, and we did finally just get our first wheat penny out of this box. As you can see right here, we have the date showing, and this one is going to be a 1950 Denver. Now, when I first saw that O, I was thinking it was going to be a 1960, but I'm glad it wasn't, guys. We just got our first wheat right there. Actually in pretty decent shape. I like the color on that coin. And that's going to put us up 5 more points. So we are at 7 now. And hopefully we can get another one out of here. That'd be really, really nice, guys. I have had a lot of boxes in the past that start off slow and then end up picking up to be quite a bit better than they started. We got another Canadian right there, guys. But I'll go ahead and put that one away, and I think that's it for that roll. So hopefully that's the case in this box, and we're going to get some more cool coins coming out soon. All right, so the next roll had a little gift for us, and I thought this was kind of funny because this coin landed right on the coin that it actually represents on the placemat here. It's another one of the formative years 2009s, and we'll see if we have a Denver or Philadelphia on this one. Let's check it out here. All right, so it's another Philadelphia formative years. That's going to be 1 more point for us. Brings us up to 8 on the box, and hopefully I don't have to keep filming every single 2009. I think that might get a little bit boring, but guys, hopefully we get everyone in the series at least out of this box, if nothing else. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get on to the next one. Okay, now we're talking, guys. 2 rolls later, I open this one up and I see a super slick wheat penny reverse right there. We're gonna check this one out together. I'm thinking this is gonna be either in the 10s, 20s, or 30s to get us a 10 points at least. Maybe if we get a key date or rare coin, we're gonna get even more points on this coin. I'm gonna pull this away real quickly here because I thought that might be an older one right there, but it's just a 1968. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this coin now. This definitely makes up for the last 10 or 15 rolls that we've gone through without a whole lot of luck, guys. That is an awesome looking old coin, and we're gonna flip this one over to see what we have in 3, 2, 1. 1920. There we go, guys. A nice old coin, almost 100 years old on that one, by the way. And you know what? Now I'm thinking there should be a point bonus for getting something 100 years old. That'd be kind of cool to throw into the mix, but that's going to be worth 10 points for us. It's not a super rare pre-1940s coin, but it's definitely fun to find, especially when you get it to be that old. So I'm going to pull that one out, guys. 1920. So cool on that coin, and hopefully we have more like it in this box. I'm definitely way more pleased now that we found a coin like that, and stoked to see what else we're going to be able to get out of here. But I think that's going to be all that we have on that roll, so we'll go ahead and get out of the next one. So upon further inspection of that roll, we do have one more coin that's going to be coming out of this one for points. It came obverse side up, so it was a little bit more difficult to see, but you can see that it is a 2009 Denver, and we flip it over to the back here, we see that it is another birth and early childhood, so we'll add that one to the collection. That is going to be an 11-point roll right there, guys, and no pun intended, we are on a roll. So let's go ahead and get on to the next one now. So the luck continues on to the very next roll. The first coin I see right here, obverse showing, and you can see that this is going to be an older date already. 1949 on that one. Still pretty common, which is why it's only worth 5 points in that 40s to 50s range, but in very good shape, and absolutely stoked to have that one, especially out of the very next roll. And we still have the entire roll to go, so we have possibility of getting 2 wheats or possibly even more on this roll. So let's go ahead and go through the rest of this and see if we're going to be able to find something else. Just skimming real quickly. Of course, I'll check for 2009s later, and I think that's about it on that roll, guys. So we'll go ahead and get on to the next one, and hopefully this luck continues. All right, so we are 4 rolls later now without a whole lot to show for it. I did want to stop on this coin, even though it isn't going to count for points. You can probably see the one that I'm pointing at, because this is an older Canadian. We found one earlier in the episode, and you can see that it's a young head right there. These went from 1953 up through 1964, and if you can get those ones in the 50s, that's definitely something you're going to want to be looking out for. So let's go ahead and flip this one over in 3, 2, 1. All right, so this one is just going to be a 1960, so not super sought after. Definitely cool to find, though. I'm going to pull that out and just want to show you real quickly in the last 4 rolls. All I have to show for it is another one of the formative years, and this one happens to be a Denver. So we'll add that one to the stack. That brings us up to 25 points, and it looks like 25 rolls, so we're averaging about a point per roll, which is probably going to put us at about 50 points if we're lucky. Hopefully we can get a little bit better than that, maybe find an Indian head or something like that to put us over the top. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and keep looking, and I'll let you know when I find something good. All right, so now I'm super bummed that we're not counting Canadian coins in this competition hunt, because I just got a super old Canadian right here, one of my favorite coins to find, and actually pretty difficult to find as well. This is what is known as a King George VI, and this is actually the obverse of it, so we can't see the date quite yet, but we're going to flip it in a second and find out what it is. These were minted from 1937 up through 1952, so that's kind of the range that we're looking at here. Let's go ahead and flip this over and see what we have for a date in 3, 2, 1. Oops, I forgot that they flip differently in Canada. This one is just going to be a 1946, which I don't think I actually have in my collection. Unfortunately, this isn't part of the Coin Quest series, so we can't add that one to the collection anyway, but very cool to find that. That would typically be worth 10 points on the Canadian score sheet, and it definitely would have helped me on this box, but I love finding those regardless, guys. Those are super cool to find. Let me know down in the comments below if you're finding those, and also where you're from if you are. But we're going to go ahead and go through the rest of this roll and see if we're going to get anything else. I haven't had anything in I think the last 3 rolls, so I'm not super hopeful on this one, but always got to check it out. Also got to look for 2009 so we can keep inching forward on the point sheet. But I think that's about it for that roll, guys. So we'll go ahead and get into the next one, and we're at exactly the halfway point right now. All right, so this find isn't huge, but it's something. We just got another 2009, and we're continuing on with our 2009 series here. And this one is going to be a professional life. So it's the 3rd one in the series. And we'll go ahead and flip it over here to see what we have for a mint mark on this coin. Okay, so it's just a Philadelphia there, guys. That's a little bit easier to find, especially for me here in Michigan. But guys, check this out. I saw this coin and I was like, what in the world happened to this? I've never seen damage like that on a coin before. But it looks like it's just zinc rot. These zinc pennies here, which were minted after 1982, don't really hold up well to any type of damage at all. This one's a 2008, and you can see that this one's gotten pretty messed up from something or other, but that is just kind of an interesting little find there, and it's not going to be worth points or anything like that, but guys, we're about, I think we have 22 more rolls to go, and we're at 26 points, so I think this would probably be a good time to check in on JD's video if you haven't already. It'd be kind of fun, I think, to watch them sort of together and try to figure out who's going to win at this point. I'm sure he has a million more points than me right now because I know he's been having good boxes, but hopefully, guys, we get something crazy out of these last 22 rolls. but you never know. So that's just the fun of coin roll hunting. All right, let's get on to the next one. So just like I was saying, guys, you never know what's going to be in the next roll. Just open this one up, and about 10 coins in here, we have the reverse of a wheat penny. And we get the pleasure of flipping this one over on camera live to find out what it is. As you can see, those wheat stalks are pretty well defined, so I'm thinking this is probably going to be kind of newer, 40s or 50s most likely. Let's go ahead and find out here in 3, 2, 1. 1951 is the date on that one, so that's going to be a 5-point coin right there. That's our 4th wheat penny on the box, and we still have a bit of this roll to go. So let's go ahead and find out what else is going to be in this one. Sometimes those zinc coins will stick to my gloves because they got so much rot going on with them. Nothing compares to that one that we just found in the last roll, though. But guys, I think that's probably going to do it for this box. I saw that one. It's just a 1960, though. It's not going to be a wheat penny. I just missed it by 2 years there, so I think that's about it, guys. We'll go ahead and get on to the next one. Our score is at 31, and we got a few more rolls to go here. So just a couple rolls later now, and the 3rd coin from the end of this roll. It sure isn't pretty, but it's definitely going to be getting us some points, so I will take it. If we take a look here, this is going to be another 1950 Denver, and as you can see, this coin looks like it's been in the ground. I'm going to chalk this one up as a metal detecting find that made its way back into circulation. But sure enough, we flip it over to the back side, and we do see that wheat reverse, which is going to get us a cool 5 points right there to bring us up to 36 points on the box, and that is our 5th wheat so far. So we got about 18 more rolls to go, guys. I'm excited to see what the rest of these have. Let's go ahead and get on to the next one. And once again, we get another coin that makes me wish that we were counting Canadians, but we are not. This is something that we haven't seen yet on the box. It is what I like to refer to as a bird scent. Now, actually, the animal that appears on this coin is a rock dove, and they did different animals on all the denominations in Canada in 1967 to celebrate their centennial. And if we flip it over to this side, you'll see something that's pretty common, pretty standard sight to most people who have seen Canadian coins. But on this back side of the reverse here, we have the rock dove. And we usually count these for 5 points. They're pretty cool to find. I really like the look of them. And I used to collect them all the time as a kid as well. But we're going to go ahead and check the rest of this roll out, see if we have anything else in this one that will actually count for real points on the board. We're still at 36. If we were counting the Canadians, I think we'd have an extra 25 points or something at this point. But that's going to be it for that roll, guys. So we'll go ahead and get on to the next one, and we'll see what else we can find. All right, guys. I don't know what was just going on in my head. For some reason, when I saw these 2 coins together, my heart just skipped a beat. I thought that I had an Indian head for some reason. I don't know what it was. Maybe just the look of the wheat ear there and the darkness of the coin. Typically when you find Indian heads, they come out a little bit darker, but this is just going to be a wheat scent here for us, guys. You can see we have the reverse showing up. I'm still happy to find that, and my heart's still going a little bit fast. It just skipped a beat when I thought I had an Indian head there. But we're going to go ahead and check this one out. And as you can see, it looks like it's going to be a little bit newer, probably 40s or 50s once again, so it's going to be a 5-point coin. Let's go ahead and flip this one over and see what we have in 3, 2, 1. Yep, so 1948 on that one. The front side isn't looking nearly as nice as that reverse there. But I'm having high hopes for this roll, guys. Also, in the last one, we were able to get 2 more 2009s. We got 1 formative years and 1 professional life, so that's pretty cool to see. And they, well, it looks like one of them is a Philadelphia and the other one is a Denver. So that's 7 more points right there. And then hopefully we have a few more coming in this roll. And guys, I don't know why, but I'm definitely expecting an Indian head to come out of this roll for some reason. It looks like we got a newer Canadian right there. This one would typically be worth negative points if we were doing a competition hunt, but we're not counting Canadians at all today. So 2006. Oh, look at that. We just got the Presidency 2009. So the final one in the series, we just got the entire series right there. And it's super weird because they all came in order too. So if you look over here on the placemat, this is the 4th coin in the 2009 series. And if we get a Denver on this one, I'm going to be stoked. Let's flip this over in 3, 2, 1. Nope, just a Philadelphia today. But we got all of them in the series. Now, if I was battling Coins for Amateurs, he actually has an additional point system to add some points for getting all of them in the series. I think he adds 5 points every time you get a full set or something like that. But if you want to check that out, you're going to have to go over to his channel and see for yourself. But that's going to be it, guys. That was an awesome roll. We got wheat and a couple of 2009s there. Let's go ahead and get on to the next one, and hopefully that works. All right, so we have less than 10 rolls to go now in the box. We just went 5 rolls without finding a whole lot. Pretty much all we have to show for it is another one of these Presidency 2009s, which I actually haven't flipped over yet. So we'll go ahead and flip this over now to see what we have. Yep, it's just another Philadelphia. I think we might have a couple of complete sets there on the 2009s. But this roll, guys, is what we're really stopping for right here. And the reason for that is because we actually have 2 wheat pennies right here. This one's going to be a reverse, so we can actually see the wheat ears on that one. And then this one over here, we already can see the date. And it is going to be a 1942 Denver, so very close to being a pre-40s coin right there, but this one's just going to be worth 5 points for us. So just to give you a look at the reverse right there, that is a 5-point coin right there. And then we have a chance here to get possibly a 10s, 20s, or 30s wheat penny, although it is looking pretty new, so I'm going to say it's probably going to be another 5-pointer. Let's go ahead and flip this over and find out here in 3, 2, 1. Okay, 1945, so both of those came pretty close to being prior to the 1940s, which would have gotten us an extra 5 points on each one of them. But real quickly, guys, that just brings us up 11 points, which puts us at 55 points on the box so far. We have 8 more rolls to go, and I wanted to show you this one that I found recently. I actually saw it on this side and flipped it over to see that it was a 1959 Denver, just 1 year away from being a wheat penny, and I just thought that was kind of cool. It's a pretty nice old-looking coin there. So, all right, just a few more coins on this roll. Let's see if we're going to get a third wheat. Doesn't look like it, unfortunately, guys. So we'll go ahead and get into these 8 rolls, and hopefully we can pull away with a win here. All right, guys, we're down to our second to last roll now, and it looks like this one's going to have a little surprise for us. We have a wheat penny reverse showing right here. It looks like it's going to be in pretty good shape as well. I think this one will probably just be a 5-point coin, but you never know. You might have a really nice 1920 or something like that right there. So let's go ahead and flip this one over. 3, 2, 1. Another 1945 to add to the pile. So it looks like we got 3, 6, 9 wheat pennies so far. And actually in the last few rolls, I have been able to find a few more 2009s. It looks like we have 2 birth and early childhood, and then 1 professional life right there. So that's going to be 8 extra points so far in the last 7 or so rolls. Looks like we got a few more to go here, and since we're so close to the end, I figured that we can just do the last ones live here and just find out exactly what we're going to have here. So I have a Canadian right there, just a pretty common looking one. And then I think I saw another Canadian a little bit further down the roll. Yep, right there. The year on that one is 1997. That's actually my birth year, so that's kind of special in a way. Not going to count for any points, though. All right, so that is it for the second to last roll, and now here we have our last roll. So if we add 8 to 55, we are at a total of 63 points, not counting any Canadians on this box so far. Hopefully this is going to get us up over 70 and give us a fighting chance against JD, who I know is probably going to have a pretty good box lined up for us. So one interesting thing I just want to point out about this competition is that we actually don't know what the outcome is until we post the video, which I believe is going to go up on Saturday at noon. So once that video goes up, then we'll actually see who won the competition. But right now, I have no idea where he's at. He may even be lower than me. So all in all, though, guys, this hasn't been a bad box so far. It looks like this roll isn't gonna produce anything for us, but this really hasn't been a bad box. I'd say about average, maybe slightly higher than average. And I think if we add those Canadians into our score of 63, then we would actually be pretty close to that 100 mark, which we use as kind of a benchmark to tell whether or not we have a good box. I usually say around 100 is a pretty outstanding box. But guys, that is going to be it for this one. So we'll go ahead and take a look at all the coins we found and just kind of reminisce on what we were able to do with this hunt. All right, so welcome to the wrap up of this first ever coin roll hunting competition collab that I've done on YouTube here. We're going to go ahead and start up here with the 40s and 50s, and you guys already know the score. We got 63 on the box. Just wanted to give you a quick look at what all of these coins look like next to each other. These are the 40s and 50s right here. And then down here we did get that 1920, the oldest coin out of the box by far. Now we got a whole bunch of 2009s today. It might be just because I was looking for them harder. I laid them out this way because you can see here we actually got 2 full sets right there. There's 4 coins in the series and we got 2 full sets of them, plus a whole bunch of extras right there. And then if we come down to the Canadians here, we were able to get 2 young heads out of the box. We actually got a King George VI, which was super cool, and a bird scent right there. And then over here we have a couple of the steel Canadian ones, which were from 2000 up through 2012 when they abolished them. So coming up here to the final score, as you can see, we got 63, but if we were to add the Canadians minus the steel ones, we would actually come out with a score of 86, which is about average for a box. Now we also were able to get a whole bunch of Canadians right here. I just want to show you kind of the amount of Canadians that we're used to getting in these boxes. That's about typical right there, maybe a little bit low, but we do get quite a few of them up here, and I'm very grateful. But I'm kind of noticing, guys, the Canadians are kind of like my bread and butter. They really bring the score up from what it would be on a typical American box. But guys, that is gonna do it for this one, so definitely make sure to check out JD's video if you haven't already, to make sure you figure out who won and who lost. I'm sure I'll be hearing all about it in the comments, and I'm gonna head on over there right now to check out that video myself. So I'll put it down in the description here and also at the end of the video so you guys can click on it a little bit easier. But anyways, guys, whatever the outcome may be, JD, thank you for doing this coin roll hunting competition with me. I hope you enjoyed using the placemat and tallying up the boxes the way that we like to do it over here on the Quin Coins channel. I just want to mention real briefly that if you're interested in picking up one of these coin roll hunting penny placemats for yourself to aid you in your penny roll hunting, you can head on over to my website at quinscoins.com, and I will be posting links down in the description below. But anyways, guys, that's going to pretty much do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to go down below and leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, because I post new videos like this every single week, always bringing you along with the hunts and having a good time. And as always, I'm Quinn, and this is Quin Coins signing out, and I will see you in the next one.